Amun. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Peace to the gods, the goddesses, the brothers and sisters. How do you feel today? I feel pretty good. My body's getting stronger. My mind is getting clearer. My deity is happy. Why? Because I don't walk in fear. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra, and this is a message because I am the messenger. Before I get into my message, I want to go over a few things real quickly. A, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a deacon, I'm not a reverend. I'm not a scholar, I'm not a mathematician, I'm not an astrophysics, I'm not an archaeologist, I am none of these things, but I am a messenger. That's what I am. And I do listen to my ancestors. The level they have me on is the level that I speak from them. Now, I've told y'all a few times, maybe once or twice, that I have dreams. Sometimes they wake me out of my dreams, and then it could be 2, 3, 6 months, 2, 3, 4 years, and I won't even reveal the dream. One dream, not one dream, but one incident that truly happened 22 years ago that I mentioned in one of my posts. When I seen a spaceship in the neighborhood I was living in, which I'm not gonna reveal. I didn't tell nobody. I think I only told 2 or 3 people in a 22-year span. Then another dream I had, I told a few people, another god, probably recently, that, and then I made a video, matter of fact, that it's gonna be a day we're gonna look out the window and everything's gonna be big, bright, bowl of fire. And we're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know when, but that dream was 2 years ago. Okay, so listen here. What I do want to say is this. The reason why I am doing what I'm doing is because I've been awoken. Not yesterday, not the day before that, for the last 8 years. Actually, I've been awoken, you know what? Let me stop telling that, because I keep saying 8 years. But in reality, I've been suspicious all my life. That's the proper word. I've been suspicious all my life. And the last 8 years is when the doors finally opened up. Because if I tell you that I've been seeing demons, spirits, all my life I've been seeing black shadows of, now you can say they men, but you don't know. There's just an image that you see. I've been seeing them ever since I was a kid. My mother and father today, they did not allow us to watch scary movies the way like that. They didn't allow us to watch movies like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to see the images just as I'm looking at you right now. It kept on going until I had to break free from it. Literally, I broke free, I thought, at one time. And then it came back to me when I was first married to my first wife. It came back. These images. So you can go into a portal, and a lot of you don't know that. What happens is when you go to sleep, you go through portals, which you call dreams. And you can sometimes bring them back and don't even know it. I know many of years ago, I went into a portal. I was half asleep and half awake. Literally in my fleshly eye, while I was asleep, was looking through the portal. I was looking through the portal and I started seeing these shadows. I call them shadows. You know what I mean? I don't call them demons because that's what they want. You know, people talk about demons, all kinds of stuff. These are shadows. And they used to basically stick their head out. Okay, how can I make, I'm going to draw it for you real quick. I want to draw it for you. I'm going to draw it for you real fast. Just work with me. Work with me. I'm going to draw it real quick, right? Just work with me. I'm doing it right now. I don't want y'all thinking I'm just making this stuff out. Alright? I don't want you thinking that I'm making these things up here. So while I'm drawing this real quick, I would see these things. Shadows. I call them shadows. But I couldn't interpret it at the time. I didn't understand what the hell it was. I remember the first time I told my mother was like, you mess with those demons. And I understand why she was saying it like that. Because she's into religion. She's into the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses. So they interpret that as demons. I still wasn't comfortable with that. I didn't believe that they were demons. You understand? But when you start to believe, your fear takes over. Your fear take over, and then you could be misled easily because you thinking is one thing, because subconsciously the word fear, and understanding the word fear means scary, scared, a fear to jump into the pool. You understand? So I'm about to show you. And sometimes this is what I would see. Literally, not trying to scare nobody. This is what I would see. And I decided I wanted to share this information. And I think some of you all seen this too. I think some of you seen what I'm about to put up. If you want to admit it or not, that's up to you. Now, from time to time, I still see it to this day. I'm 50 years old, and I see it from time to time today. But I understand who they are now. See, I don't have to be in fear, because I understand who they are. And I'm almost done. Almost. Okay? Am I alone? Now this is my eye. That's what I'm looking at. I'm half asleep, right? But my eye, I really see this from my eye. Basically, I would do it like this here. This is my eye. Right? This is my eye. That's my eye. So I'm looking inside my own eye. Looking inside my own eye. It's another portal. You understand? That's the image I got. This outer piece is my eye when I'm half asleep. And then all of a sudden I open up and this is what I see. I would see this right here. I would see these images. Let me ask you a question. If any one of y'all seen that, I also seen this here up close. Literally, face to face in my early 20s. And when I was a kid, I used to see him all the time. And I told my mother the first time I told her, I said, Mom, do you see those shadows? My mother said, what you talking about, boy? I said, Mother, do you see those shadows? My mother assumed that of course, she thought there was demons. And you understand? But the problem is this here. When the wrong words is injected into your mind, when the wrong words injected, it could take hold psychologically and it can mess you up. My mother didn't know no better, so she said it was demons, right? Fear process takes place. It took me many years to break out of that. Many years into my early 20s, that's when I broke out of it. Literally. Then after a while I'm still in religion. I'm still in the Jehovah's Witness. I think I finally exit the Jehovah's Witness, the whole theology of the Jehovah's Witness, close to my 30s. I'm 50, but I was like probably 30s, but I always kept my Bible. One thing I knew and understood, that the Bible was important. Even though the Jehovah's Witnesses, and I've been to church, and they had the King James Version. I went and got the King James Version. I had the New World Translation, and I already had that since I was a kid. So my point what I'm making is this, is that be careful with your words. And when somebody is telling you information, don't act like you don't believe them or you think they need evidence to prove a point. Some people don't need nothing written down. It is inside them, literally, like it was always inside me. Now, why that spaceship allowed me to see it 22 years ago? Why? I'm on the 4th floor, and like I said, I'll say it again. I'm looking up, just regular, looking at the sky. The sky was looking nice and clear, and sure enough, this spaceship just came. You understand? I say about 100 feet, maybe 50 feet, 100 feet from the, because I'm on the 4th floor, and then there's another floor, and then there's, you got the roof. So here we are like this here. The 4th floor is here. This is the roof, and then the spaceship was like right here. I can see that. I can take a rocket and just throw it. Now the funniest thing, I didn't mention this to y'all the first time. Matter of fact, it's not even funny. It was disturbing. When I seen the spaceship, I wasn't like I was stuck. I was surprised. Because I always kept saying when I was 7, one day I'm going to see a spaceship. One day I'm going to see a spaceship. I kept saying it. One day I'm going to see a spaceship. And I did. I'm going to tell you something. Most of you are not going to believe it anyway. You have the power to go into the future. And you don't even know it. There's portals. I had predicted so many things without no practice or nothing. Literally. Some came true. Some didn't come to pass. Pay attention to what I said. Some came true and some came to pass. Some haven't come to pass, excuse me. The reason why I say that is because I'm going to give you another example. Many years ago, my brother and I, we were young. We was on a Pee-wee football league. Okay? One of my brothers is 3 years older than me. I don't need to mention his name. So my brother says, what team you like? I looked around, and I said, I like the New England Patriots. Now, if anyone is old enough to remember, the New England Patriots uniform was a pirate. They were a pirate. It was a pirate, red, white, and blue uniform, but they on their helmets was a pirate. For some apparent reason, I chose that. And my mother bought that uniform, and we had the helmets and the pads. My brother had the Dallas Cowboys. He always loved the Dallas Cowboys. And we was on a Pee-wee league. And we played. So my brother says, at the time, Denzel, why did you get that? That team is bogus. I looked at my brother. I said, they're not going to be bogus for long. He said, the Patriots ain't never going to be nothing. And I told my brother, I said, one day, they're going to be champions. If my brother was right here, he would tell you this story. Now, of course, many years later, and many Super Bowls later, the Patriots did get to their first Super Bowl, and I believe they lost, if my memory serves me correctly. Look at the Patriots now. 5 world titles. Been to the Super Bowl, I believe, like 8 times. One of the hardest teams to beat. I never said anything about it. But my old brother, my second oldest brother, he said, yo, whoever thought that New England would be the dynasty that they are? And I looked at him, I told him, you don't remember when I told you when we was kids? And he started laughing. He said, yeah, baby brother. You did. You had the New England Patriots uniform. And you had, was on the Pee Wee League. I said, yeah. Huh? Subconsciously, how I knew this. What made me pick the New England Patriots? I wasn't even 10 years old yet. I'm slowly now just coming out, telling these little stories. And they're not stories, it's reality. I used to be able to pick my girlfriends. Literally. I could see the girlfriend from the sight and go, she's going to be mine. And guess what? She was mine. I can literally see a female and knowing that she's trouble without her opening her mouth. And then find out later, that's exactly what she is. What am I telling you? When you don't know who you are, some of us are special. I don't walk in fear. Remember, fear was injected into my head when I was a child, not by purpose. It was done accidentally. Once I broke out of that fear and slowly now revolving to my true nature. Some people look at me, oh, you arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I just know who I am. I'm a bloodline from a God. There was a time when a young man, I'm telling you another story, which was reality. I was in my teens, and you know how teens can be. You want to drink, smoke your weed, drink your liquor. I indulged into that kind of stuff. And another young man came, walked up behind me and my friends. And we all was drinking, drunk a little bit. I didn't even hear a sound. But the ancestors told me, turn around. Turn around now. And I turned around, and there was a 38 special in my face. Now, I had a hoodie on, so the guy couldn't see who I was. This is in Brooklyn. I won't go no farther than that. I turned around. The guy had a 38 special in my face. Now I'm laughing and giggling, and he's looking at me. He said, you lucky, because if you'd have never turned around, I was about to put you to sleep. I thought you was this dude that robbed me. He turned around and walked away. The rest of us, we laughing and giggling until I got home and realized that I could have lost my life. There was another time when I was with my second oldest brother, and we was coming from the library, and there was a big truck coming down the street. My brother says, "Come on." And I stumbled, hit the floor, pa! Truck came, and I looked at my brother, and he looked up, but he wasn't in front. He was like, almost like no, he was in the front, so he turned around. So when he turned around, he knew if that truck would have kept going, he wouldn't have no little brother. But I turned around and looked at the man eye to eye. Someone else stopped that truck. He didn't stop that truck. Someone else stopped that truck. You see, the reason why I decided to tell y'all these little stories, well, I got plenty of more, but y'all not really ready for that. You cannot hurt or touch special beings. We are descendants, and it's not for you to believe it. It's not for you to believe it because we already know that you're not going to believe. We are special beings. You'll laugh. Yeah, this he's so stupid. You think a special being is all about being smart and being highly intelligent, which this is true. Those are different levels. But some of us, our frequency is so high and so powerful, we connect to certain dimensions. When you take the fear out of the equation, you'll be able to see everything. You're not going to see things like the gray man, the big heads and the eyes, and that's a bunch of bullshit. That's for the dummies, people, because they train you to see that, That's what they do. Since they inject this information to your head, this is what you see. I don't see that. They don't move like that. They all around us as we speak. Oh, I could throw a scenario down. I bet you a lot of you been. How many times you laid in the bed and you felt like something was crawling up on you and holding you down and smothering your face? You thought it was a demon. How many times you was asleep, you woke up out of your sleep and you wasn't even breathing? How long? I don't know. You was in a portal. You was in a portal, and what happened is your deity was trying to come out the portal. So half of you was in your fleshly body and the other half was still in the portal. It's not to be feared. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No, you don't need all that. See, you think you need all that because this is what they told you. This is what they told you. So you believe that you need this. Let me tell you something. Man can't help you. Even if a man take your life, he doesn't really take your life. You know that, right? Even if you was in an accident, you dead, flesh, but you ain't dead. You've been traveling this whole time. And the reason why a lot of you don't travel is because you deny yourself. Sometimes you can't help it. You're going to go through that portal whether you like that shit or not. And if any one of you has seen this, whether you're half asleep and you're half awake, and you open up your eyes just enough and you close them. And before you close them, this portal is going to open up. But the portal all in is going to be black. Black, like right in here. It's going to be black. And then you're going to see things like this. These are shadows. They'll start to pop up. Sometimes you might see something that's much more horrifying. But I realize I don't need to use the word horrifying because that word is a negative word. Horrifying means scared, you frightening. You don't need to use that word. But you start to understand that these are special beings, and everything ain't always pretty. And if you don't like the way you look at them, you can shut them out. You can shut them out. Shut these beings out. I bet you some of you, you believe you went to hell. I'm gonna tell you why you believe you've been to hell, because you was told that you was going to hell. They described hell to you. When you was a child, if you never seen hell and you never visioned it, hell does not exist, but only on this earth. Remember, you didn't know what hell was. They gave you words and they showed you images, and then the images went into the brain. From that point on, you begin to believe. And then it became like a film. A film. Yeah, hell's in the Bible. But what they're describing is the volcano. But until you go to sleep, until you have a dream, and it shows you. You understand it? You must see it in the dimension between life and death. It's easy for somebody to tell you something, and it's easy for you to suck this information in and believe it. But until you dream and actually see. I've seen giant creatures. 12 years ago, I seen giant creatures. But I'll let you know on the next one. On Chocolate Amun Ra. Don't be afraid. I'm not trying to make you afraid. I want you to understand who you really are. Some of y'all probably have been through these experiences. The problem is you're in denial. And you need to wake up. And listen here. It ain't for you to believe. I'm giving you the message. I mean, some of y'all really need to wake up and understand who you are. But that's up to you. See you in part 2.